Hi, I'm Kiba and welcome to the Teapot Show. And today's topic is on education. Education is very important. A lot of the times, sometimes people feel like, oh, education is blah, blah, blah. But it's very important to have an education. Graduating from high school nowadays in 2015 is just not cutting it. You need to have more going for yourself. And this message is for those out there who are laying on the couch every day, who are just laying in the bed and not doing nothing, especially the ones who actually did graduate from high school and they're just not doing anything. They feel like, oh, that's it. It stops here. I graduated from high school. I don't have to do anything else. You do. Because if you don't, you're going to be making $5 or $6, $7 an hour. I mean, think about it. The rent is very high nowadays, and everything is very costly, and you're not going to just make it off of a high school diploma. Now, I'm not just saying that you can't, because there are a lot of jobs out there that will just hire you with a high school diploma and you can make good money. I'm not saying that you can't, but it's just always good to be educated, because sometimes in life you might want to go a little bit farther than where you're going. You might want to go a little bit farther than where you are, I should say. And then if you don't have the education to do it, then you can't. I always give advice to those and say, when you come out of high school, it's good to go get a bachelor's degree. Go straight out of high school and just get it over. Don't sit there and procrastinate. Education just does a lot for you. It does a lot for your future. I mean, you always want to be knowledgeable of what's going on, and you want to be knowledgeable within yourself, within who you are. Like, it's just great to have an education. I always instill education in my son. He did graduate from high school and he's currently in college, because I mean, a lot of the times you might want to apply for certain jobs and they always say bachelor's degree, master's degree. You might can do the job, but that degree is what shows the company that you can do the job. It doesn't matter. They're not looking to say, oh, was he an A student or was he a B, C, D student? They don't really care about that. They just care about that piece of paper. So don't let it deter you and feel like you're not smart enough. Oh, I'm not smart enough to get no degree. You can get a degree with C's. As long as you pass, you can get that degree. Education is very important. And a lot of young people out there, it's not all about partying. It's not all about, wearing the hottest things, because what's the use of doing all of that if you can't afford to do it? I mean, you're not going to be living with your parents for the rest of your life. Like, you are one day going to have to get up on your own and go out there and do something with yourself. And education is the key to success. You hear people say that all the time, right? I think it's true. I'm educated. I mean, I graduated from high school. I have an associate's degree. Currently about to get my bachelor's. I'm a real estate agent and I'm a surgical technologist. I mean, not to pat myself on the back too hard, but it wasn't easy. But you feel great about your accomplishments. You feel really good when you can accomplish something in life and you can have something to show for, have your little plaques on the wall or whatever. It just makes you feel good as an individual. And, when you're actually getting educated, you meet a lot of different people, all kinds of people from all over the world, which is pretty interesting to me too. You want to kind of get out that little nook that you're stuck in, and you want to kind of sprout out in the world and do other things. And sometimes it takes a while to figure out what you want to do with yourself. Sometimes you feel like you might want to go to school to be a nurse, or you might want to go to school to be a lawyer, or you might want to go to school to be a economist. I don't know. Sometimes it does take time to figure it out, but I just suggest that you start figuring it out when you're a teenager, because that way you can build your path, build your step your path or whatever. So I don't know. But I think education is a great thing. I'm all for it. It's not easy to get. It's always a struggle when you're doing homework and stuff, because math is just not my subject. But in the end, when you get the education, you will feel good when you can find a job that you desire, and you won't be turned back or turned down because you don't have the degree that you need. You have the credentials or whatever. So once again, this is Kiba from the Teapot Show. Go out and get that education.